Um, we've been talking about Logan Paul and Dillon Danis for quite a while now, and it all came to a head last night in a pretty uneventful fight. I'd say I didn't watch it, but I saw clips and I saw people talking about it. It was, I think it was 5 rounds, 4 rounds, something like that, and
I think it was six, right?
I think it was six.
six.
And the
Okay,
sixth round is when they like broke it up and everything like that. Yeah.
yeah. Well, Uh, apparently, Dylan Danis only landed a total of 9 punches in that entire match, and then he tried to tackle Logan Paul at the very end, and then they all had to rush the stage and break him apart. And then Danis started attacking Logan's security guards more than he attacked Logan Paul in the actual fight, which was kind of funny. And then he went on his Twitter tirade, uh, pretty much ever since that last night. So, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, you basically summed it up. The whole thing leading up to it was actually kind of interesting. I will say, not that I agree with everything that, Dylan was doing on Twitter with this, Logan Paul's fiance. It was quite funny and entertaining. I'll give him that. It's I saw a video of like his Twitter impressions during those like few months from like the fight announcement until right before the fight, and he gained something like I think 1.5 million followers and something like hundreds of millions of views just from like pictures of his. I mean, like I said, it was very smart. It was selling the fight, but the way that he did it in the ring was not in his favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Dylan was the good guy up to the point where because he started out calling out Logan for all the crap he's done, which is amazing. We need that. We need that everywhere. We need to call out, we need to call out people that steal other people's money and run these scams. We should call them all out. And then when he started attacking Logan's girlfriend. I'm like, that's kind of borderline. Like, a couple of them were funny, but like over time, like, come on, man. Like, if that's your only line of attack towards Logan, is that like it's kind of lazy, whatever. I was raised to respect all women. Most of us are, and so to me, it was kind of like a little too far. But then you get in the ring and you just make a clown of yourself, dude. Like it was just a literal shit show, and I can't describe it any other way. But at one point I saw a clip where he just lays down on his back with his legs up in the air,
Yep.
and he's just like, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I understand you are, you're like a black belt in jiu-jitsu and all this stuff, but you're in a boxing ring, and you really just like destroyed your whole, I don't know, you destroyed your credibility on so many levels because now you're just a clown and everybody's going to take you as a clown, and you were just, I just think he was in it for the clout. He was trying to get that bag, that Twitter
Yeah.
bag, because now you get paid for impressions.
Yep.
So
And it definitely worked. You know what I mean? Like he probably made a huge bag off Twitter from those impressions. And yeah, I think at some point, like, cause watching that fight, I didn't buy the pay per view, so I definitely watched it on illegal methods. But seeing that fight, I think at some point he just kind of gave up, right? And that's when he started
right.
laying down, he started like clenching and everything like that, and knowing that's like there's nothing else he could do at that point. He was gonna lose, and I think that's what his mind just kind of went to, like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna do what I want, and it did not go in his favor. Um, yeah.
Yeah, like,
I
sorry. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think even if he had lost but actually fought,
Mhm.
you know, actual boxed, you know what I mean? Like it would have been a different story. But because he just kind of made it a clown show, I think people were very rightly upset about that.
Yeah, I think he made it a clown show, and like anything you do to make Logan Paul look like the hero in the end is very poorly done, because that's what he did. He could have went in and just fought his heart out, but he didn't. Like Riley said, he landed a total of 9 punches. He landed more punches on the security guards, is what I see most people saying. And so I just think, like, dude, you had this chance to expose Logan Paul as a cheat. If he really is on steroids, all this stuff, but you just made a clown of yourself. And now, like, he had me, during the fight, I'll admit I was cheering for Logan, because it's like, at least Logan's trying. Like, at
Yeah,
least
yeah,
Logan
yeah.
is like fighting honorably, I guess, if you want to call it that. And this other guy is just like, I don't know what you're doing, man. You try to put him in an arm bar and a headlock and stuff. That's not boxing. Like, if you want to, play by the rules, if you want to go into the octagon, that's one thing. But if you're in a boxing ring, just box, dude. And if you can't, that's fine. But
Yeah, but then at that point, don't sign up for it, right? Like, don't, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
And like I'm all for, shit talk. I think it's hilarious. I think that the stuff that happened before the fight was so funny. But again, like he proved like, and maybe the whole thing with the microphone was staged. I don't know if you guys saw that. He
I did see that. He was actually cut, so you could see it at the match. He had that cut on him.
yeah.
So
And
I
like
mean, it definitely happened.
I saw people saying it was planned and staged. I mean, it didn't look like it, like you said, he was really bleeding, but leading up to it, and then just nothing. Just the biggest nothing burger we've ever seen exposed. So
Yeah, and same thing with the. I don't know if you guys ended up watching the KSI and what shit was it?
Nick
Fury, right?
Nicky Fury, I can't remember. Something
I
like
think that's a Marvel character.
that. I don't know. It's something like that. But
It's
yeah.
Fury, but I don't know the first name.
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury, that's
Tommy
it.
Fury, yeah. I was like, we said Nick Fury. I'm like,
It didn't sound right when I was saying it, but yeah.
Yeah, for a second, I was like, that can't be right. But I mean, like KSI, and fair play to him because him and Logan, right, like started this whole like boxing stuff like way back when. But man, I personally, I don't think KSI can box at all. Like all that dude does is hug the whole like 6 rounds or whatever it was. It's just him like just hugging the whole time. So I think those were on the same card or on the same pay per view. I'm not sure, but like it was $60 right for the event, and you watched all the fights and everything like that. But man, what a waste for somebody that paid money for that because yeah, that was not good.
Yeah, I feel like I think that's another big scam is paying pay-per-view for YouTuber fights because it just. And again, like getting back to the Logan Paul and the Dillon Danis one, if I had paid, I would feel so cheated for that, man. I would feel more cheated from that than if I had invested in Crypto Zoo because it just was so bad. But
Well, and apparently Dylan had his own like crypto scam too that didn't like take off, but he did scam some people, right? So that's what I was been hearing. Like people are talking about, like they were both terrible, but ideally, like they wanted Dylan to win, and yet he kind of like threw the towel. So it's yeah, not a great look.
There's a whole website dedicated to it. It says like, are you a victim of Dillon Danis? And there's like 12 different crypto scams on there that you can select, and yeah, it's this whole thing.
Yeah, that whole crypto stuff is just
yeah.
That's a whole other topic. That's like, man, you can just go on for days about that, like YouTuber and crypto scams. And it seems like it never ends, yeah.
Did you guys see the
I
Photoshop picture that Dillon Danis posted with him on his back and then Logan's fiance? Yeah, on the bed. Yeah, it's what a night is the caption for that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just again, nothing we haven't already said. Like, I think we were all hoping Logan would get put in his place. Dillon would come in and basically be the Dark Knight and save the day, but he didn't. He didn't do anything. He just, he threw landed 9 punches, whatever it was. Just really, really disappointing. And I really hope this puts a nail in the coffin of YouTuber boxing, but I don't think it is because now he's trying to. Now Dillon is saying. I saw earlier he said to Jake Paul something to the effect of like, "Well, your brother couldn't knock me out. You think you're man enough to knock me out?" or something like that.
I have a quote here. Hey, Jake Paul, your brother hits like a bitch. If you knock me out, I'll retire forever and give everyone who likes this 2,000 microphones. It doesn't say dollars. It just says 2K and then a microphone emoji. So who knows what he's giving away? But
I don't think there's any way in hell that he gets another fight YouTuber boxing at all with anyone after Wade just did. I would be very surprised.
The only YouTuber fight that I've ever been excited for and never actually took the time to watch was Wings of Redemption and Boogie 2988. We've covered that when that was happening here, but yeah, that one was actually really entertaining and fun just the whole way through. Even though Boogie didn't like throw any punches or whatever, he still did better than Dillon Danis, though. I think. I mean, he stood up the whole time, so.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I think I saw the highlights on Twitter right at the time, but Yeah, that was an interesting one. I got those two guys up there to.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you wanted to cover on that, Cal?
I don't think so. I mean, yeah, we already hit most of it, but like you said, Ed, I don't think he'll get another fight after this, and I hope he doesn't because maybe if they wanted to rematch in the octagon, I would watch it because supposedly he's really good at jiu-jitsu, but I think again he overall just ruined his reputation with that fight.
Yeah. And it already wasn't great, right? Because he's been dodging fights for how many years? Because I think he dropped off of the fight last year with somebody, and now he's finally fighting Logan this year. So I think he's been kind of like already not at a great spot. And then after this, like I said, I would be very surprised if he fights anyone anytime soon.
Yeah.